It is 5:36, and President Biden and Vice President Harris touring the aftermath of Helene while monitoring the latest developments in the Middle East. Meantime, new evidence against former President Trump is going public in his election interference case. NBC's Alice Barr joins us now live from Washington, D.C. with more. Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Dave. We are tracking a lot. And on these legal developments, special counsel Jack Smith and a new court filing is accusing former President Trump of knowingly spreading lies about the 2020 election and then resorting to crimes to try to stay in power after he lost. The Trump legal team is forcefully pushing back, arguing the case should be dismissed.
Presidential race rocked by hurricane devastation and spiraling conflict in the Middle East, thrown another curveball, with a court filing revealing new details of the allegations against former President Trump in his federal election interference case. Special counsel Jack Smith seeking to tailor the case to survive a Supreme Court ruling that found presidents cannot be prosecuted for official acts. Smith's team writing that Mr. Trump's alleged scheme to try to stay in office after his 2020 election loss was a fundamentally private one, casting alleged interactions with former Vice President Mike Pence based on Mr. Pence's notes as political running mates discussing private acts, and detailing allegations that after Mr. Pence decided not to stop the certification of the election results on January 6, aides told former President Trump Pence was in danger during the Capitol riot and had been rushed to a secure location. Smith says Trump, quote, looked at the aide and said only, so what? In a statement, a Trump campaign spokesman called the filing falsehood-ridden, unconstitutional, and again accused the Biden-Harris administration of interfering in the 2024 election. It comes as Vice President Harris in Georgia and President Biden in North Carolina focused on the long road to recovery from Hurricane Helene.
We are here for the long haul to get families, to get residents, to get neighborhoods back up and running.
Former President Trump visited the storm zone in Georgia on Monday. The federal storm response among the multiplying factors that could impact the presidential race.
And on the Middle East, President Biden has been coordinating with G7 allies, noting that Israel has a right to respond to Iranian missile strikes, but that he says it should do so proportionally. The U.S. has been trying to exert influence to head off an all-out regional war. Dave?
Alice, we always talk about the October surprise ahead of a presidential election. What is going with this upheaval?
Right. So there is a lot going on. As we just ran through on the world stage, we're talking about the very real risk of a conflict that could really spiral out of control, could grow very quickly. Here at home, we have this hurricane recovery, and that's affecting, remember, Georgia, North Carolina, critical battleground states, as well as just the devastation, the human toll that you're seeing there. There's also a dock worker strike that has the potential to push prices up and affect the U.S. economy. Just a lot of, and then, of course, what we just discussed about the legal issues with former President Trump. There's a lot of factors that could affect voters in a lot of different ways. So there's just kind of a lot in the water right now, and we haven't even gotten far into October for what other surprises could be ahead.
Yeah, very busy. A lot of great points there. All right, Alice Barr, live for us in D.C. Thank you.